Hi everybody. I thought I'd drop in today and for a craft. I got a surprise box from Tamara at Country Craft Creations last week, and in that box was Graphic 45, part of the Sun Kissed collection. I got a few pages. Wasn't a whole kit, but it was quite a few pages, about 10 pages, and then also the sticker sheet. So I thought I would do a project using that because I did not have this collection in my stash. So I thought it'd be fun to do a little layout on a canvas frame. So I have taken this is an 8x10 canvas frame. I've taken it and I have already applied my gesso. That's dry. I then took my Ranger ink, and this is peacock feathers, and I just went along the edges with it, and then a little bit on the bottom there because I got two separate pieces. I did the sides, but I think I'm going to do a ribbon around the side, so I didn't mess with that too much. And just to help cover those where they seal that on there. I then pre-cut two pieces, and they are just under, let's just measure them, and I'll tell you exactly what they were. Let's see here. 7.5, maybe, well, I tore around the edges, so 7 5/8, let's say, for that one, by 8 5/8. And then this was just one of the strips off the one piece of paper or one of the sheets that I got that had the strips on it. And I just cut, it had the fish, the sun kissed, and then the sea, sun, and sand on there. So cut that. And that's the same width as this one. And then what I did was I took my scissors and I went around the edges and I just roughed it up, distressed it, and then tore it in a couple spots. Did the same here except for the top. I distressed all the way around this, but I did not do any tearing. I just did a couple tears on the bottom there. Those then got edged with the walnut stain Ranger ink. So we're going to glue those down. I've pulled out some other things to use on here. These are shells and things that I got. A couple of the corals I think are from when we were on our cruise in Mexico. I got those. And then these two starfish I bought in Florida when I was there. And then the rest of the shells were off the beaches in Florida on this. I just thought that was really pretty, and it's held its color. I've just had my container drying. So all the rest of those little shells are from Florida. And then these little flowers, roses I made from, what was it? I think it was the July one, but which one? Yeah, it was just the Graphic 45 Children's Hour July, and it was the back of that was made up. I had some scraps that I didn't want to throw away, and I made up some roses the other day with it, and I thought, well, those will go good on there. And these are the colors in my room. These teals are the colors in my craft room. So that's what I wanted to go with. So I'm just going to take some gesso and glue this down, or Mod Podge, I mean. Sorry, Mod Podge. We're going to glue this down on there. Get a bigger pen, or a bigger paintbrush. There we go. So we'll just glue this down on there. Put some on here. Good amount. And this is going to be like a multimedia thing that we're going to do here. And I am not going to put Mod Podge on the top. I just want to seal this on there. Like so. I got enough there. There we go. I'm going to actually flip this over and press it from the back side here. A little better. I don't want to press on that canvas and stretch it out. So if I was pressing from the top, I'd be pressing and stretching that canvas out. And I don't want to do that. So we're going to do that. And that should dry up pretty fast. And we're going to put that there. Looks like our sides are lifting a little bit here, so we're just going to go in and dump some extra there. Okay. If the Mod Podge gets on the top, I'm not going to worry about it. This is a matte finish, so it's just going to dry clear anyway. So, it's not a big deal. Okay. Paper towel. These projects can be a little messier than normal. So I wanted to shut the phone off so that didn't ring. I'm going to flip this back over again and give it another press here. Get in there with this. Sometimes something sharp. Squeeze it. Squeeze that glue around there. There we go. All right. Okay. That looks like it's going to hold pretty good. All right. I want that to dry pretty good there. And I do have a heat gun. We'll see how that starts drying up. If it doesn't seem like it's drying up very good, then I'll go ahead and heat it up a little bit. And we're going to add our little strip here. Oopsie. This is really pretty paper, and I just love the colors, and of course it's got the kids on it. There we go. Yeah. Add a little heat to that. See what happens. I'm going to hold it over here, and I'm just heating it up a little bit. I guess I can do it here. Just don't want to this gun here can get really, really hot because it's a professional one. So warm it from the back. I want to move this right along because I've got some other steps that I want to do, and I don't want that to be too wet while I'm doing it. Alright, I think that's good for right now. Okay, so it looks like it's drying pretty good. Looks like it's holding. Alright, we're going to set this aside a second. And I want to take some of this Waverly Chalk Agave paint. I get this at Walmart. You could order it online too, but that's who I found carries it in a variety of colors. So. And this is some Prima Marketing 3D Matte Gel, and this is transparent. Oh, let's get some drying in it. That's odd. I'm just noticing that it's got some dry clumps in there, or a dry clump in there. I'm going to take a scoop of this and put it in my cup here. Don't need a lot. Yeah, that should be plenty. If I need to, I can mix up some more. Whoopsie. Made my cup. That's funny. All right. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this agave paint. And I need a stir stick here. A stir stick. Okay. Stir stick, popsicle stick, whatever you have. This just happens to be one of the popsicle type craft sticks. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that paint and I'm going to mix it with that medium. That is clear, so it will take any pigment you add. It will take paint pigment, and there we go. You can do it clear, but you won't see it much if you do it clear, so let's do that off so I don't have that stuff all over the place. All right. I'm going to cover my paint so I don't dump that over and make a mess. Because if anybody would do it, it would be me. Wipe off the excess there. Okay. Now I'm going to use this stencil here. It's a Tim Holtz stencil. It's got flowers on it, but there are flowers in this too, so that's why I thought it'd be nice to go with that. I'm just going to take some of that on my, and this is just my Cricut palette knife here that you use. And we're just going to push this into that. Yeah. Push it in the stencil. Alright, lift that. We're going to do some, let's do some down over in the center here. And this is going to get, other things are going to be added, so parts of this will be showing, parts of this will not be showing. So, and there. Just adds a little bit something different. And then we'll just put some right in here. And there we go. And then let's do just a little bit down here on this part here. Whoops, which side did I have? This side here. We'll add just a little bit down in here. Just like so. Whoopsie. I think I flipped it, didn't I? I do. I think I flipped it without even realizing it. Let's see here. We'll go up to, we'll hold it down to this part. And then do that. There we go. That'll be good. It's going to get covered too, so I think I accidentally flipped my thing here. All right, let's get this out of the way. Try to wipe my stencil off a little bit here. We'll have to go back in and wash it off. And wash it off in the sink. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to take the dryer and I'm going to give this a little bit here just to move things along. I want to add wet on wet. I mixed a little bit too much paint in there so it's not drying as fast as it normally would. Those mediums usually dry pretty quick. And I think I've got just a little bit too much paint mixed in there, which is not going to hurt it. It's going to take a little bit extra to dry. We'll set this aside a second. And we'll prep some of our other things. But so far, that's what we got. Just like that. And I have this, you can get this at the Dollar Tree, I think. This one was like a Hobby Lobby one or something, decorative netting. I know that Hobby Lobby sells this nautical netting too. So I thought that would look good on there. I don't need that big of a piece, I don't think. So I think I'm just going to cut a hunk off. Yeah, we're just going to cut some off here. And, just to use it as a kind of to represent. Don't need a ton of it. It's a small frame. I thought about going with a 12 by 12, but I decided I had the 8 by 10 frame, so, or the 8 by 10 canvas, so I thought I'd just go with that. All right, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I think we can glue that around the edges too. And I don't mind if it's bumped up a little bit. That does not bother me. Gives it more dimension and stuff on there. Just want to stretch out very nice. Boop, boop, boop. All right. There we go. And I didn't give it much thought how I was going to put this down. Okay. I also cut a piece so we could have a picture on there. I thought being able to have a little picture in there would be nice. So maybe we'll glue that down right now, just so we know where that's going to be. And I did find a picture of my father when he was, I'm guessing he was probably 10 or under. So he was born in 1930, so it would have been 1940 or earlier. And it's his family, and they are at the beach. I live in Michigan, so we have the Great Lakes, and I live in West Michigan, so I'm assuming it was one of the beaches along. He was born and raised in Grand Haven, Michigan, so probably North Ottawa Beach, or maybe one down in Allegan County, because he had relatives down in Allegan. So, but so I cut that down to fit in there, but I don't know if I'm going to use that, but it's kind of cool. And that young man right there with the hat, military hat on, is my father. Alright, so I think we're going to try to get that up like that. I'm wondering if I can staple that on there. Let me see if the stapler will work on there. I'm not sure if it will or not. We'll try it though. It don't hurt to try it and see. Let me see if I can get this to... Nope, I don't think it's gonna. Okay. Plan number 2. So I have double-sided tape, so let's try a little bit of that, and then we're we can add glue and then hide it with our ribbon or a lace that we add to that. But this will at least try to hold it until I can get that on there. So let's stick that on the side there. So it's just that double-sided tape, and we'll stick that down. And then if we use double-sided tape on these other spots, we'll do the same thing, and then we'll get it covered with something else we can glue on top of there. So I could probably use hot glue, I'm guessing. But either way, it would have to be covered with something. So, yeah, I like how that's kind of... And I think we'll just add a... I'm going to keep that kind of crumpled up like that. And I'm just going to add one more piece of tape to the top here to hold, whoopsie, to help hold that. There we go. I don't want it pulled tight. I want that to have some texture and dimension to it. So, yeah. It's looking kind of cute so far. All right. Like I said, hot glue probably would work too, but that'll hold it temporarily until we glue down something over top of that. And now I have all these nice, pretty little things from the beach. This was like one of my favorite things, and I couldn't believe that it like held its color so nice. We were on the Gulf Coast on a vacation together, and even though this isn't sea, I think it'll still look good in there. There at the dunes. You can see the dunes in the background of the picture. A little bit. Michigan is known for its sand dunes, so. And right now I still only live about 20-25 minutes from the lake shore, so. I was also born in Grand Haven, so I was raised near the lake. So, and I think I'm gonna glue one of these starfish in there. Like I said, this is one I purchased. I didn't find any starfish on the beach when we were there. I'm just going to kind of run his feet into there. There we go. Different shells. We got some coral here. We found tons and tons and tons of shark's teeth on the beaches we were at, which was kind of nice. So it was me and I think it was 4 of us girls went down there on a trip together a couple years ago, and we all had a good time. I think, yeah, I'm going to glue that picture down. I'm going to go with that picture just because this is actually going to hang in my craft room, and I might as well have a picture of what I want to look at, right? And then I can always, if I decide to change it out, I can always glue another picture right down on top of that. It won't hurt anything, so I'll just make it so I can slide things over top of that. And then if I get tired of looking at that one picture, then I can always just put a different picture on there. So when I glue this down, I'll just make sure that that's not glued down there, so I can slide another picture there. And I think the best thing for this probably is going to be some hot glue, if I can get away with it. Definitely put some here, and then along these little tines here. But I can, if it shows, then I can always just glue some shells in that spot there. So just like this. And I don't mind that it hangs over the side. It's going to be hanging right on the wall anyway. There we go. Add some pretty color to that. And another piece of coral. Oh, this is pretty. Some of these shells are just tiny, but that's all right. So instead of burning myself, I'm going to actually put the glue right there because that is pretty tiny. That looks like it's part of a, they have some shells there they call turkey wings. So and looks like that's what that's a piece of. It's just one of those little turkey wing shells. And these shells here, I'm putting it underneath there, and I'm going to let that glue just kind of drip down on things. And a paw there. Ooh. See. Oh, this is a cute shell. Let's do a couple more flowers in a different area here. Maybe one here. And one right next to it. There we go. It's coming along here. Oh, this is some type of seed type pack thing, or egg sack or something. Ouch. That just burnt me. Let's put it over top of that flower there. Yeah, I think it was some type of egg sack that was empty and just floated up on the beach. I believe that's what that was. Okay. Okay. And then I get to enjoy looking at some of the treasures I found too, so that's kind of nice. And, I'm not much of buying a lot of touristy things when I'm on trips. I like things that I can either use all the time, yeah, or enjoy in a different way. So, oh, there's that yellow one. Hang in here. That's glued down. It ain't gonna go nowhere now. Ow. I'll show you a second here. So after I come back from our trip, I created this ball here is all shells that I collected, and so I just made this decorative ball out of this. I just glued these all to this foam ball and created this. And it sits in my room. And then this, we went on some a gem thing in North Carolina, and we went and found all these different gemstones, and I just glued them to that, and then I coated it with a clear acrylic coat to make them shiny, because they were just plain. But yeah, I did that just and then those sit in my craft room, and I see those, and it reminds me of my trip. I also have this bowl of shells here. Maybe we can use a bigger shell in here. Ooh, that would be pretty. Here's one of those turkey wings I was telling you about. Oh, that's kind of pretty. It's broken, but it's pretty. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Put one of those. Get some bigger shells in here to add some bigger texture. There we go. I'm just going to run a bead of glue right along there so it can drip down and hold itself there. There we go. That'll drip down. I also I picked some of the stickers and I pre-attached them to my black cardstock here. I'm just going to cut those out and we'll use those in there. This one says, "You and me by the sea." I thought these would look cute in there. Popped up or something. Maybe, there we go. Oh, there we go. I'll tuck that right in there like that. I'm just going to put a little hot glue right there along the edge. And then we'll drip down on that coral and hold it in place. Oh, maybe I should put a little dot right there too. There we go. There we go. Just like that. And then I have this one here. And I probably didn't need with these, but I wanted to use some of the stickers for dimension. There we go. There. We're going to poke a hole in there, right in the center there. And I've got some brads here. Let's do this bronze, or actually it's probably just like copper there. And we'll just, maybe we can, put it there. I'm going to add some hot glue here, just like that, and we're going to slide that right in here. Make sure we have that up there like that. There we go. Yeah. It's got some nice dimension. Oopsie, that shell's not drying very good. It needs some glue right there, I think. It's a heavy one, so I don't want anything getting on the wall and falling off. So I'm going to make a puddle of glue for that to kind of sit in. Then I'm going to hold this like this so that glue can drip down on that shell a little bit. Alrighty, what else do we have? Oh, that's a pretty spiral shell. Let's Kind of a cool one, isn't it? And when you get to shells on the beach, a lot of them are broken, but I didn't care. We were just having fun. And then I had one other little, and these were tiny strips, but I just butted them right up against each other. I think there was 4 of them. And I just put them back in a line on the cardstock here, just like they were in the thing. And I think I'm gotta get that to bend a little bit, because like I said, those were separate stickers. All right. I think I'm going to glue it down, bump it up, and then glue it back down. So let's get a little hot glue on the tip there, like that. And we'll slide it right in here. I'm gonna let that set up. And bump it up. And bump it up. Can I get you to bump up? Go down. They might start peeling off, and if they do, then I'll have to glue them on with my glue, my regular glue too. Right. Let that sit a second. We don't want to be tugging on it. We'll let it sit. I also pulled out some of these. These are spare parts from Hobby Lobby. I don't know if they carry these anymore. I've had these for a couple years. But I pulled out the sea turtle, the little crab, and then the seahorse. And I thought those would look good on here. So, and I was going to hang them from like a charm thing, but I couldn't get to lay right where you could see them good, so I just decided to just glue them on there in different spots. I think we need a little something up in this corner here. And then our last one, we can put a turtle down here, I think. I'm just going to lay it in his belly. And we'll let that drip right down. Hopefully. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's starting. All right, let's see if this is dry enough now. We're going to put a little glue here. And bring that down like that. Hold that for a second. What else do we got here? Let's, yeah, I think I'm going to lay that one right in there. Excuse me. There we go. And I think we're going to add our lace, and I think we'll just be perfect. I do. And now I can hang that on my wall and look at it and have all kinds of good memories. Memories of my father and his family. Memory of my trips. So, all right, let's see here. Not that one. Let's go with this burlappy pearl one. I think that'll be pretty. The natural things going there. This is just a trim from the sewing department at Hobby Lobby. Picked it up 50% off, so $2.99, so for $1.50. And we're going to just start gluing that down. I'm going to start on this side, I think, right here. I'm going to use my hot glue. Alright, here we go. I'm going to run a whole bead along there all at once. Hopefully I won't get burnt. I'm just going to lay that right in there. Hold it with my fingers. Use my scissors. I can clean those off easier than I can heal from burns. If you have a low temp glue gun, you probably don't have to worry about this, but mine is just hot. I'm not going to cut this until I get all the way around, and I know exactly I won't short myself or cut it off and then have to cut off another inch and waste. And just do it this way and pull that kind of tight there. See? Alright. I got that tag down there, so I got to kind of hold this up off the table. I don't want to damage that tag, and I'm just kind of trying to stay kind of in the middle there. I'll get this, pull it tight. Now I'm going to pull that. I'm going to trim that after so I can use that extra length for pulling on as I get it nice and tight. Again, down the middle here, or as close as you can get to it. If you're off a little, it's not going to hurt anything. And I'm going to pull that tight. Hold it. And see, that covered up that fish netting just fine, and the tape I used. I'm just going to get this little cut here, right at that. Boop. And there we go. I think that looks pretty nice. Press that down there. I'm going to go around there and press on that a little bit more, especially around those, that fish netting. Okay. Hold that. There we go. Trim that off the back there just a little bit. Won't hurt nothing. Okay. So that is my finished project for my first thing I make with my treasures that were in my mystery box from Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. Actually, her store is Country Craft Creations, and she has a Facebook site that is Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. So, and if you want to join that, you just go and you request to join, and then they get back with you. Somebody in the administration will get back with you, and there's lots of, she does videos and all kinds of fun things on there. So it's a nice group of people. They're all very nice. So I hope you like my craft for today, and if you do, then I hope you would consider subscribing to my channel. I do other things other than this. And if you do decide to subscribe, please hit that bell so you can be notified when I put up a new video. Thumbs up is always appreciated. And until the next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.